People used to ask me, is there racism in Germany? You will be shocked that most of people asking me for if I am loved in Germany or not are Hey boss, welcome back. I hope you are all doing well, guys. Today we are going to talk about racism. Um, the questions that I have most of time, right? I live in Germany, so we are going to talk about racism in Germany, right? I decided to share my experience, and yeah, if you ask me about, like, people used to ask me, is there racism in Germany? You will be shocked that most of people asking me for if I am loved in Germany or not are German themselves, right? I live in a town, and yes, I am the only black in this town with my kids. So it is a lot of, it becomes like something different to them. So most of people I meet, they are like, is everything okay? Do you live in this town? Yeah, and are you loved? How are people interacting with you? And there are some people who are surprised at how do I live. I don't know. Maybe they see themselves like maybe some of them doesn't like foreigners, or I don't know. I can't really tell the reason why um, they ask those questions. But if you ask me, is there racism in Germany? I would say yes. But first of all, we have racism everywhere in the world, right? Even where I'm coming from, we have it because I have seen it a lot. We have racism. Even every human being have something that he or she loves and something that he or she doesn't love. You can't love everything. And that's how human being goes. So we can't love everybody. So for me, it is normal. But about foreigners in Germany, yes. Now if I say yes, let me share my experience. When I just came here, I realized I was the only uh, black girl in my town. Sorry to say. They have a system here where they make daily market in every town. So in our town, the market is on Friday. So my first market I assisted here was after I've come to Germany. So um, I went to the market with my family. Hobby brought us, now, of course, and I met this black girl in which I was very happy to meet. I was the only black girl in the town. And when I saw her, I was like, wow. So it's even Hobby who told me, hey, look, your sister is there. And I was so surprised and so happy. I've met someone also with my same color. So, and what she was doing, they love our hairstyles, like those braids. And so some of them, they used to choose like, let me do like 2 or 3 of another color in my hair. And this is what the girl was doing, and she was with her sister. They were two. So the girl was doing that to small German girls who were coming to her, and then I went to her, and I was so happy. I said, wow, I am happy to meet you. Do you speak German? Do you speak, which language do you speak? Because I speak a little bit of German, but I speak French and English, right? So I wanted to know the language that she speaks so that we can, interact a little bit. And she was like, she speak English. So we started chatting. And I asked her where she comes from, where she lives here. I didn't ask her where she comes from because I was just happy to meet a black girl. So it didn't matter to me where she's coming from, in which country, but I wanted to know where she lives. Maybe she lives where I'm living, and we can sometimes visit each other, right? So, and she told me she was in the neighborhood. So it was not in the same town, so it was in the other town. And I was like, okay. So you used to come here? I said, yeah, she used to come in every market day. And I was like, okay, it's good. I'm living just closer to the market here. And, you know, she didn't like the idea because she thought, okay, every uh, African, let me say, every black girl know how to braid because we are grown like that. She thought maybe I was coming to take customers or whatever, but that's my thoughts, right? So, and yeah, from that day, I have never met her again, and she wasn't coming to that market anymore. And I was okay. So if she is not coming anymore, I do her, and I was home that time. Let me say I am home, and I decided to also, do some kind of small advertisement and sharing it to the people in my town. So what I did too, I went to Facebook, I enter in most of their groups. I wanted to interact with them, with the language barrier. It was a bit difficult, but so I downloaded an app in which if someone speaks something that I don't understand, if hobby is not closer to me, I will use that app to translate what the person wants to say, and I'll also interact with the person. And I was sharing those papers. Also, some of them were interested on coming to try how it goes. Because I was taking some pictures from internet, those braids, kid braids, grown up, and so on. So, yeah, it wasn't like professional, right? It wasn't professional because in Germany you can't do. I am a hairstylist, but I can't do it here because I haven't gone to their old school. That's the difficulties we have here. You have to go back to their training until they have to give you a certificate, in which I said, no way, I'm not going to do that. I can't be doing hair for like more than 25 years and start over again just because I need a certificate. So I was not doing it like a profession here. So I was doing that to spend the time I was home. If they come for 2 braid, they come for 3 braid. Some of them were interested. Oh, can you try me the whole hair? I want to see. And so that's how I was doing to them. So I made an advert on their groups on Facebook. The first group I entered was the group of my town, in which I knew already a lot of people. It's a small town, and I am the only black. So I live in, and I know most of people who were in the group, because every time, not every group, but most of time when I enter a group, I try to check, do I know, especially in my town. So I knew most of people. So when I started my first advert, they accepted the advertisement, and people were interested. Some people were asking me questions and so on. And in my second advert, they kicked me out. They kicked me out, and I didn't know what was happening because I couldn't, when they kick you out from any group on Facebook, you wouldn't know. You will just realize you are not more seeing a post from that particular group. So I was one day like, let me go and check what is going on in our town. Let me go and check the group. And I realized when I entered the group, I wasn't inside. So when I clicked the name, and they were like, join. And I was like, how come I was in this group? So how come I have to join again? So I realized they kicked me out, and I didn't understand why. And I didn't also look for the person who kicked me out later. It's later on that I checked who was the admins, and I found out it was a woman and her daughter. So I went to her because it's a small town, as I'm saying, and they know each other. And I asked Hobby that, do you know this woman? And he was like, yes. Why? And I said, She is the one having the group of the town, but she's the one who kicked me out. I don't know for which reason. Hobby said, that's life, so uh, doesn't matter. I know her, and I know her daughter, and he even gave me the name of the person. I was like, so for what reason? And that was my first thought of racism in, you know. So the second time, I make again an advert in one of German group again, and a woman contacted me, and she was like, "What are you doing here? For what reason you are doing those things?" I didn't say anything, and I said, "Well," I asked her a question. "What do you mean by that? Please, I don't understand what you mean by that. What have I done wrong?" And she was like, "You don't have the right to do it here." So in that same group, in another advert, not the same advert, yeah, in another post, someone writes under the post, and he was like, you're gonna go back to your country, and we don't know those stuffs here. We don't do that here in our country, and so on. Let me tell you something. And there are some things when you know how life goes, doesn't really matter for you. I didn't answer the person. It didn't, I only came and told Hobby what was going on, because Hobby was encouraging me. No, you feel bored. Try to do, if you want, you can do the advertisement wherever you want, and this and that. And I told him what I was going through. It was a bit sad, because interacting with, you come with your open heart, and you think you want to interact with people, and these are things that, and I didn't answer the person, right? I didn't say anything, but sometimes when your attitude also counts, when you keep quiet about something, you will see that life goes very easier for you. I kept quiet. I didn't say anything under that post. And you'll be shocked. Most of Germans from that group were defending me. And some of them who were coming to me to do their braid were asking the person about what he means, because they are enjoying having those braids. And what do he mean that they don't have it in this country? Of course, they have it here, just that it's not in their culture, but it's always good to discover, and they love it. So people were advising me, and some of them were saying, never mind anybody, just do your advertisement and do whatever you are doing. Keep on doing it, and don't mind any, they were even insulting them, don't mind any shit, and so on. So, yeah, if you ask me for the society racism, I would say yes, we have them, but I haven't. It always comes to me indirectly, right? Because I can't say people here are not lovely. They are very lovely. They are very lovely. Those online, I don't know them. I don't see them. So for me, it doesn't matter. If they do it indirectly and I don't see them, it doesn't matter. If they come to me, this is where I will feel the pain, because I think I will be forced to answer someone that it is not what they think. We are all human rights, but it comes always indirectly. And those who kicked me out from the group, I understood. It was just to let me understand that this is how it happened here. You are not welcome here, and you should stay on your, So I understood that, and I do my own things, and I don't bother anybody, and that's it. Doesn't mean I have to hate somebody. At the end of the day, I have those who love me. And this is what counts, right? Don't jump into conclusion quickly. Don't make enemies with people you see every day, because you never know those who will help you. telling you the stories of my experience in Germany. If you have any other thing you would like to know, you can just write it under the comment section. Otherwise, I love you all guys until we meet next time. Mwah! Bye.